Alumni Meet 2023. What an honorable day. Let's start this great event by a welcome song by Miss Sweetia.
రివర్స్ కొడుతుంది రివర్స్ కొడుతుంది
दूसरों की जैसे पहले खुद को जय करे हमको मन की शक्ति देना भेदभाव अपने दिल से माफ कर सके भेदभाव अपने दिल से माफ कर सके दोष दोष भूल तो साफ कर सके दोष दोष भूल तो साफ कर सके झूठ से बचे रहे सच करम भरे दूसरों की जैसे पहले खुद को जय करे हमको मन की शक्ति दे
Thank you, Sweetia. That was a long day. Now we have a welcome dance by Durga.
ప్లే చేస్తున్నారా
మ్యూట్లో ఉంది
That was wonderful, beautifully portraying our tradition. Thank you.
If anyone is trying want to access our college,
Wi-Fi. We have IT guest Wi-Fi. You can access that. It's OTP based, so you can enter your phone number and access the phone.
Now we have a semi-classical performance by Ms. Meghana.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around the room. The world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable chief guest, respected president, members of DOT IT, our beloved director, distinguished alumni, and our faculty.
It is with great pleasure and honor that I, Ritika,
I can
we stand before you today as the host of this remarkable event, Alumni 2020. On behalf of IT, we extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you here today. This evening, we are gathered here to celebrate the invaluable bond that exists between our esteemed institution and its esteemed alumni. This gathering serves as a testament to the enduring legacy of our institution and the tremendous achievements of our graduates. It's a time to reflect upon our shared experiences, to connect and reconnect with our old friends, and forge new connections that will shape our future. Now we invite our beloved director, Professor S. Srinivasan and our alumni relations coordinator, Dr. Muzammil Ahmed Baba sir, to escort our esteemed guests to the parish. Now I request Professor M. Meher Karuna ma'am to welcome our chief guest, Sri Jayesh Ranjan Karu with the bouquet. I now request Dr. P. Geeta ma'am to welcome our President, DOG Sri K. Madhavrao Garu with the bouquet. member BOG, Madam Mahapara Ali Garu with the bouquet. Thank you. I request Dr. P. Kalyani ma'am to welcome our respected member BOG, Professor M.S. Sriram Garu to the podium. Thank you. I now request Dr. Sri Jyoti ma'am to welcome our respected director to the bouquet. Thank you. I now request Dr. K. Bhavnaraj ma'am to welcome Baba sir with the bouquet.
Now, I invite our director. Now, I invite our director, Professor S. Srinivas Murthy Garu, to deliver welcome address.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Chief Guest, Sri J. Srinivas, AS, Principal Secretary of IT, Electronics, Communications, and Industries and Commerce, Department of Government of Telangana, and Member of the LPD, Honorable President, Varkanti, C.K. Madharav Garu, President of the LPD, distinguished guest of honor, Madam Mahaparadi Garu, Member of the LPD, and Professor M.S. Sriram Garu, Member of the LPD, the Nizami Coordinator of Alumni Relations, esteemed faculty and staff of the Institute, beloved alumni, students, press and electronic media, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to you all for this Alumni Meet 2023. We especially thank Sri J. Sanjan Garu for accepting our request to be the chief guest of this today's function in spite of his very busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir. The purpose of this alumni meet is to bring all our beloved alumni at one place. For the benefit of audience, I'd like to inform you that we have variety of 5 full-time programs, 5 PhD programs. We started first program in 1995. We have alumni of first batch also here. So after that, we have completed so many years and 5 programs, 5 we have a mistake of 540. So 540,000 students on campus under the guidance of our President Jago and BOG. We would like to take IT to the next stage, next level. We look forward for your suggestions and also would like you to share your success stories. And we are also happy to say that all our programs are AIC approved and we are also considered equal to NDA by the Association of Universities. And IT is NIRF ranked, tax accredited, and 3 of our programs are MBA accredited. We have excellent faculty, 56 faculty with a lot of publications. They are doing research, training, and consultancy, and they take the experience to the classroom in the form of case studies. We are proud of our alumni present here, and nice to see them in corporate positions in the industry. We also thank them for helping the institute in terms of admissions, internships, placements, many other activities of the institute. We would like to hear from you your achievements and valuable suggestions to take IT to the next level. So, with this few words, once again, I take this opportunity to welcome the chief guest, the president, honorable members of the board of governors, esteemed faculty, staff, beloved alumni, students, and the press and electronic media. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this beautiful speech. It was very enlightening. Thank you so much.
Now, before I invite our esteemed President Sri K. Madhav Rao Garu to address the gathering, it is my honor to introduce him. Sri K. Madhav Rao, President, Board of Governors and Chairman, Executive Committee of the Institute of Public Enterprise, joined the Indian Administrative Service in 1962. He was the Chief Secretary, Government of Andhra Pradesh from 1997 to 98. He was the State Election Commissioner, Government of Andhra Pradesh from 1999 to 2004. He was the advisor to the Governor of Bihar in 1999. He was also the Chairman, High Power Committee for Urban Cooperative Bank in 1999. He was Director, Central Board of Reserve Bank of India and member of Board for Financial Supervision of RBI from 2000 to 2006. Between 1979 to 1997, he was the Secretary of the various departments of General Administration, Panchayat Raj, and Rural Development, Food and Agriculture, Irrigation and Principal Secretary, Special Chief Secretary of Finance Department of Government of Andhra Pradesh. He was District Collector of Warangal District from 1971 to 74 and Managing Director of Leather Industry Development Corporation of Andhra Pradesh. Director of Social Welfare and Director and Managing Director, SC Finance Corporation of Government of Andhra Pradesh from during 1974 to 79. From 2004, he is a full-time activist in the area of affirmative action, good governance and economic reforms. He is the chair of Mahila Abhivruddhi Society based in Hyderabad from 2007 to date. This society organizes, trains, trains and champions the cause of women's self-help groups. He is also the trustee of international organization South Institute of Public and Policy and Action based in Hyderabad. He is an avid reader of contributions published in India and abroad in the area of social, economic, and political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. Social, economic, and political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. Social, economic, and political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. Social, economic, political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. Social, economic, political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. Social, economic, political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. Social, political reforms. Now I request the President to deliver the presidential address, enlightening us with his profound insights and wisdom. with this institute many years ago, more than 30 years ago. I also went to a business school like you. So I do have some professional background and understanding of management as well. And subsequently, in the last 30 years of my civil services career, I have taken frequent breaks to do further studies. And most of these studies also have been in the areas of public management, public policy, etc. So, practically also, I like to kind of keep myself up to date with latest trends in management and policy and so on, administration and governance, of course. And because I'm the IT secretary in the state for the last 9 years, I've also focused a lot about technology, etc., etc. So, the kind of short remarks that I will make here, they will touch on each of these. First, I'll speak. So, I have myself studied, as I told you, in a business school, some overseas institutions. I'm a part of alumni networks elsewhere also. So, as an alumni, what is it that you can do, what you can contribute? And then I'll speak a little bit about the latest trends in technology, public management, etc. And a little bit about Telangana. My guess is that many of you, possibly most of you, work in Hyderabad, in Telangana, either in some organization, some of you could be entrepreneurs. So what is it that we have achieved in the last 9 years? What is coming in the future? So roughly about 15 minutes or so is something that I wanted to do. So is there anything else that you wanted to tell about me, or have I covered everything?
It was very impactful, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you. You're doing, both of you are doing a great job, but rest for a while. So, as I said, for any institution, eventually the brightest identifiers, people who recognize that the institution is doing great, or the institution is just an average, also ran kind of an institution, is on the basis of their alumni. Because when we were students, alumni, of course, was a term, but more popular term was product. They used to say, is the product of IIT Kanpur, is the product of JNU, is the product of IIM Calcutta. So in those days we were seen as products, which of course, in some ways it is derogatory because we are more than products, we are human beings, we have lives, we have ambitions, we have ideas, aspirations, but technically speaking, it is a process. We all come in this institution, spend 2 years, go through courses, go through examinations, participate in multiple other things, and at the end of it, the finished product comes out. And if there is value of that product in the market, if that product is recognized, if the product is appreciated, if the product contributes to whatever other institutions are seeking from that product, then eventually the glory reflects on that main institution also. So, in that sense, I'm very happy that all of you, as Professor Murthy pointed out, from 95, the first batch came out, so almost more than 28 years now. So, 28 years of product assembly line, so to say, has been completed. And I myself, when I come to, when I go to different industries, IT companies, etc., I do find many former students of IT, and I find them to be holding responsible positions, and I feel happy when someone comes up and introduces himself or herself to us. So that way we are kind of doing a good job. But is there something else that we expect from the alumni? So it's also a good coincidence that we are having this alumni meet here today, because all of you would have read in the media just the day before that Nandan Nilekani has donated 340 crores to IIT Bombay. So my question to you is, how many crores will you donate? Have you brought your checkbooks? Because maybe it was not told to you, but at the end of it, there will be a person standing at the door collecting checks from you. So how many crores will you donate is a key question. Of course, it's not that you can't donate, I mean, maybe not 340 crores, but definitely some of you, many of you can donate. But that is not the only way in which you can help building this institution. See, I'm sure many of you were involved when students here, when this was a part of the Osmania University campus. And I'm very, very sure that for quite a few of you, this would have been the very first visit that you are coming to this campus. You would have noticed the steep difference between the older campus in Osmania University and this modern campus. I'm very, very sure. I've not been to that Osmania campus because ever since I've been on this board, almost 7 years since, we have been using this campus only. But I'm 100% sure that an auditorium of this kind, classrooms of this kind, hostels of this kind, libraries of this kind are just not there in Osmania. So obviously, all this has been developed with a thought, with an idea that the best possible facilities should be given to the students. Because students, for them also, it's a matter of, it's a big leap of faith. Many of you I know because for the last 7 years that I'm in the board, we monitor admissions very closely. And we know that there are many students who have multiple options. They get admissions to other institutions as well. But when they choose to come here, then obviously it adds to the sense of responsibility that we all have. How do we ensure that your experience of these 3 years is really one that leap of faith that you have made? So infrastructure, of course, is one which I today would say. When I told you that I went to a business school, that was after 30 years ago, I went to IIM Calcutta. And I can admit that even in Calcutta, we did not have, that was the second IIM in the country, still considered to be very, very blue chip and all, but we did not have these kinds of facilities. And if I have to recall my old days there, the 3 years that I spent there, I still recall that we used to play cricket on a basketball court because there was no ground on the campus. Imagine in the IIM, there was no sports. We used to play cricket on the basketball court. That used to be the situation. I mean, I don't think much has changed there, but nevertheless. But of course, infrastructure is one part. As Director mentioned, they have introduced newer programs, and we, as a part of the board's responsibility, also look at what kind of faculty improvement is happening. Are you getting good internships? Are you participating in inter-college events? Are you enriching yourself to the case method of teaching learning? So in that also, I stand bound for it that lots of advancement of knowledge which we see happening around the world, all that has been captured. So we should all collectively feel proud. You should feel proud that you studied here, you are an alumnus here. We feel proud that as board members, we have contributed our help for this new campus, for the latest kind of teaching pedagogy curriculum that is getting introduced. So what do we do to really keep that good name, reputation intact? So in my opinion, the giving money is one, but there are three, four other things also that we can do. One, of course, is to, in whatever professional capacity we are speaking publicly or writing publicly. I know that some of us publish blogs, some of us are members of associations like the Hyderabad Management Association and things like that. Wherever we are, first of all, let us feel very proud and speak emphatically that we are from IPE. And that itself will create a sense of reputation and admiration that talented people, people in high responsibilities, whose careers are rising, they are students of this institution. So this itself brings a different level of prestige for this institution. The second is you help the current batch of students with their internships, with their placements. Many of you are part of organizations. The recruitment is an ongoing process. I'm sure your institutions recruit from across the country or across the state. But in whichever way you can influence that recruitment process, please lead them to this institution. And when these students go to your institution, either to your organization, either as an intern or as a regular employee, also mentor that person. Because he's from your alma mater, you have some connection with this institution. Take a special effort and time to mentor that person, tell him about the way an organization works in real life. Because whatever we try to teach, there will always be a gap between what happens on the shop floor, in the management cabins, and what is taught in the class. There will always be that gap. So up to date discussion, guide him about how we have to face realistic situations. And if you notice something that the person who came to you from IT is lacking in certain skills, or he has very little knowledge of any particular technology or any particular aspect of management, please pass on that feedback, because that is the feedback that will be of tremendous value to us. We will be able to modify our courses, shape our courses. So that is one very important thing. Second, of course, is endowment on behalf of your organization. So there are many endowments, many students get prizes, they get kind of scholarships, etc., based on the endowments that some past donors have provided. But this is something which has to be done regularly. I don't think we have any target of how much of fundraising we should do from as the board, but I'm sure if there was some target, we would have relied on the alumni also to make some contribution to support that kind of fundraising. So that is again something that you can do. The third is, of course, to spend your personal time in the institution as guest faculty, as guest lecturer. There are many things which a practicing manager can impart, which a theoretician can never match. The theoretician can also, of course, bring good kind of solid theoretical framework, theories, context, etc. But the practitioner brings something which is also very, very important and very valuable. So many of you, if you have reached sufficient level of seniority, if you have gained valuable experience, that is something which will be worth sharing with. And I'm very sure that the director and the rest of the administrative in charges will be very happy to accommodate you. That I remember in my college days and subsequently when I went abroad for other kinds of studies, guest lectures were really looked forward to, because they used to bring different kinds of perspectives. They used to be more connected with real-time problems, opportunities, challenges, etc. And students like to listen to someone who comes from the industry, from the field, as it was called. So that is again something that you can do. So, and of course, I mentioned about London Vivekananda's example of giving personal donation, and obviously that will be recognized. So these are some of the things which we expect alumni to do. There's one more thing which in some institutions I know that alumni do. I have also studied one degree in the UK, and I had gone there on a scholarship that is called the Chevening Scholarship. And there are about 50 Chevening scholars in Hyderabad today who all went to UK to study on that particular scholarship. So 50 of us together, we also try to do some common project, which is of social relevance and social importance for the community as a whole. To participate in some social development project. So I can share with you one project which we did almost 10 years ago was about the homeless people in Hyderabad. If you travel in the nights and if you are, let us say, driving below a flyover, you will see lots of people sleeping there. So obviously, they are the people who have no place of their own to sleep. They are sleeping on the footpath. But they also contribute something very valuable to the economy. Most of the people who are found to be sleeping on the footpaths actually work in either the construction sector. Many of them are what are called hamalis. They will be found in the wholesale market. They are unloading goods, they are loading goods. So they provide good amount of economic value to all of us. But because they themselves come from very impoverished families, they feel compelled to save every rupee that they earn so that people back home they survive. So they make these kind of sacrifices. They sleep on the street, sleep on the footpath. So one of our projects was to create 9 shelters for them. That went off very well. We are currently working on a project for transgenders. As you know, there's a neutral community who face lots of social challenges. So the project is not yet off the ground, but we are thinking of the kind of intervention. So this also brings lots of satisfaction to us. That as a group, see, when we studied in an institution like the IT, we were separated by years. Someone came in the first batch, someone came in the seventh batch, and barring 2 batches, we don't even know who was here. We will know one batch senior to us, one batch junior to us. Beyond that, we will not know. But doing these kind of projects also keeps that spirit of attachment with that institution intact. And of course, if all of you as an alumni group want to do some project which will be of relevance, because there are so many alumni, so it's not to say that 500 of you should do one project alone. Maybe 50 of you can do something, someone else can do something, people across batches can do something else. So I'm very confident that the institute will support you if you want some last mile help in implementing that project, etc. I myself will be very happy to support because as a member of the government, lots of doors open to us much more easily than anyone else. So if anything is planned by you, I'll be very happy to do so. So this was one bit of what I wanted to tell you about how alumni should stay connected with the institute, give back, and well, whatever they have gained from this institute to be multiplied many times in the years to come. The other two things that I wanted to speak very briefly only. One was about the fact that, as I said, I look after the industrial sector, I look after the technology sector. Now, many of you would be members of important industries in our state, would be members of startups or maybe having your own enterprises. There are two, three trends which are becoming very important. One very important trend is the interface of management and technology. Technology, of course, is disrupting literally every sphere of human life, but lots of management practices also are getting stronger with the enablement of technology. I'm sure, I know that HR is a very popular course here. Many of you would have gone to HR. Many of you would have gone to financial management, finances, accounting, etc. These are again sectors where tremendous new advancement is happening because again due to technology. So because you are in Hyderabad, we see a lot of that happening all around us all the time. But it is entirely your choice, your decision, how much personally you want to really immerse yourself into that kind of activity which is happening around you. You may choose not to do anything. You may continue to do things in a very conventional way. But at some point in time, you will realize that you are becoming obsolete. You are just not up to date, and you are losing respect. People who understand technology, who know technology, they are kind of moving on, and you are just lagging behind. So this is again one very important trend that we are seeing the world over, also between the interface of technology and management as well. Many of you would have already started assuming leadership positions, leadership responsibilities in your organization. Or if you are an entrepreneur, you would have already started leading teams of large number of people. In leadership also, we are noticing some very interesting trends. And some of these trends have become very evident during the pandemic period. As you know, now everything is okay, but 2 years back, when things are in a great sense of state of turmoil, the leadership was really badly challenged. How do you manage your workforce? How do you continue to maintain your organization in profits? How do you, whatever services that you have committed to deliver to your stakeholders, how do you continue those service delivery? How do you not get disrupted? How do you ensure that all the financial obligations that you have in form of loans, etc., all that is met? So one of the most stressed, in my opinion, people say that the healthcare system was most stressed. This is true. I'm not making light of the hard work which doctors did and nurses did and all the frontline healthcare workers did. But I would say that after the healthcare workers, the next group which faced the maximum amount of stress during this period were leaders in industries and organizations. And lots of new ideas, new thinking has come after that episode. And one of the thinking is that we have to crunch hierarchy. I've seen this in IT companies quite a lot. See, many of you, some of you may have some involvement or participation in IT in the technology world. You will remember that when the lockdown was first introduced, it happened in March 20th of 2020. It was a very sudden lockdown. Our Prime Minister came on the television and said that we are locking down everything. without any advance warning. And obviously, IT companies can't be locked down just like that. There's such as global clients, there's so much of responsibility. So, an immediate solution was that encourage them to work from home. But again, it was not very easy. You have thousands and thousands of IT employees, they live in different parts of the city. Some of them live outside the city, in rural areas, hardware has to be shifted, condition has to be taken. So the government tried to facilitate as much as it could. But what was seen was that in many companies, people who actually took responsibility on for helping the topmost leaders, they were not their immediate subordinates. Some people, they were not even in the hierarchy figure anywhere. Maybe they are very junior. But they realized that organization is in crisis, I can help, I have a car, I can distribute laptops to 50 people in this, let us say, anything other area, why should I not do it? So these kind of people actually they just emerge by themselves. And today many IT companies recognize and have rewarded these kind of people. So hierarchy is something which has appeared to be a myth now. And if you crunch this hierarchy, if you do away with this hierarchy, work in a very, very natural way. Because talent, thinking, these things are available with everyone. And if you encourage everyone to think and come up with solutions, that can only happen if there is no hierarchy at all. So that is one thing that we are focusing. We also find that, see, many of you would be aware that everything is normal, but despite that, not everyone is back to work, particularly in the IT companies. I mean, as a IT secretary, I feel very concerned about it, that people are not coming back to work. And on every possible occasion, I speak strongly about it. I motivate the companies to bring back their employees. But the reality is that on an average, just about 50% people have reported back to the offices. But this is just the average. There are some very, very interesting variations. I have personally been to at least a dozen companies where everyone is back to work without any coercion, without any threat. There are some companies where people are back to work because of some coercion also. If you don't report by tomorrow, you will be removed. So people have come in those circumstances also. But as I said, I've been to no less than a dozen companies, and these are reasonably large companies, not some 550 company or 1050 company, hundreds there as well. Everyone is back to work. But at the same time, I've been to hundreds of companies where the average is just 20%, 30%. So one needs to understand what is it that in some companies everyone is back to work without any coercion, and in many other companies no one is coming and people are continuously giving one excuse or the other. So what is the reason? And it is very clear that there is only one reason, which is leadership. There's no other reason. It is not that their offices are nicer because there was heat wave at home, by coming to the office, enjoying air conditioning. Those are not the reasons. There may be the reasons also, but they are not the most important reasons. The most important reason was how they are respected, recognized, treated. Everything boils down to leadership. And I mean, we are none of you are from the, I mean, many of you may not be from the IT sector, but when I deliver similar kind of speeches in the IT community, I actually gave names of these companies where everyone is present, 100% present. I name them so that people know that I'm not making up these stories. There are organizations, there are companies where everyone is present. So that is again a very important thing. So these are some very important trends in my opinion about the usage of technology, about management, about leadership. And as I said, since many of you, most of you possibly are in Hyderabad in this city, in this beautiful city, you should benefit from all that learning and development which is happening all around. The last couple of minutes which I wanted to take is to tell you about the amazing story of Telangana. So, as you would know, we completed 9 years as a state, and our decennial year has just begun. I'm sure if you've been here in Hyderabad, you have seen repeatedly for the last 20, 25 days different kinds of activities which are going on. Some of the people whom I meet commonly are also telling that are you not really overdoing it? Are you not really going over the top? But and they say that in the life of every state, ninth year would have come at some point in time. every state would have completed 9 years. But do you think everyone else also would have done so much of fanfare, so much of activities and publicity around it? But the fact is, they might not have done it, but the fact is that what we have achieved in 9 years is unbelievable, is unparalleled. I participate in lots of national level events, global activities. In fact, chairman have just pointed out that in a few hours, I'm going to China to attend a World Economic Forum event. Wherever we go, our reputation is so strong that people can't even believe that some of the things that we report happening from Telangana. For example, when we tell that every household gets drinking water, there are no power cuts, there are, every industry is given approval and permission in 15 days flat. Our IT exports have grown 160%. Our per capita income has grown 130%. People sometimes find it very difficult to believe that. But the fact is that everything is true. And everything is true because there has been some planning behind it. And the last bit of uh, point that I want to share with you is that what has led this to happen. In fact, yesterday, my minister and I were in Delhi. We met a very respected industry leader. We can't announce it publicly who we met because a very important kind of industrial investment is on the card. And the moment we announced that we met that person, 20 other states will also pounce on it and try to kind of push him to their state. So we are kind of keeping that announcement for a later date. But this industry leader is a Padma Bhushan. So you can imagine the stature of this industry leader. He was asking us, Minister was telling him about the 9 years of achievement, and he was asking, why is it not happening in other states? Why is it that your state is able to do and many other states are not able to do? And after the meeting, when we were driving back, so Minister and I were discussing this, and I gave him my observation on why is it happening here and it's not happening elsewhere. Some of you who are from Telangana or from Andhra Pradesh who have followed this, how the new state of Telangana came into being, you will be able to recall that there were many people who felt that this will be a failed experiment. If you create a state of Telangana, nothing will happen here. It will just go the same way the last three new states which were created in 2001. It will happen that way. And the leadership here, the Chief Minister who led the agitation, my minister, all the other cabinet ministers, they all face these kind of taunts, these kind of remarks that nothing will happen, it's a failed experiment, it's a wrong decision. So when they got the state and they were given the chance to run this state, bring out policies, bring out programs, one very strong driver in their minds was, and I can tell this to you very, very honestly, because I have also been involved in those level, high level decision making, so I can confirm this from my personal observation also. One of the biggest drivers for every one of them, including our chief minister, was that we have to prove them wrong. They told that Telangana will fail. We have to prove that not only will it not fail, it will become the role model for it. They told that Telangana will become a dark state, there will be power cuts 24 hours, 24 by 7. We have to show to them not only there will be no power cuts, we will become a surplus power state. So this is the motivation. And this is something which I personally have taken by observing this and by being in the middle of this kind of a conflict. It's a very valuable lesson for myself. That unless you are driven from within, you will not be able to do anything, you will not be able to aspire for anything, you will not be able to achieve greatness. So this is what I personally feel that this is a great learning for everyone as an individual. Whatever you do, you may be in an organization, you may be an entrepreneur, you may be leading teams, but unless there is something which motivates you from within, you will just stagnate in this life and you will just come and go and no one will even notice that you are here, you will this, you will that. So I do hope that these kind of alumni interaction will become a regular feature for our team. I'm happy that President Muzammil and others have taken effort to call all of you. And I know that it has been raining since early afternoon, and it's institutors on the outskirts of the city. But despite that, so many of you taking time to register, taking time to come here, listen to all of us patiently. That itself is something which really gladdens my heart. I wish all of you well. My apologies that I will not be here for till the very end. I have to leave by in another 10 minutes or so. But good wishes to all of you, and thank you very much.
He will be leaving in another 10 minutes. Would you like to ask any questions, clarification, ladies, before we get to further answers? We will invite Madam.
With the most respect and
Thanks, where the excellent lecture by the Ranjan. He is very important function in the government of Telangana. Very active, working closely with the KCR and the department he is holding. Speaks volumes about his capabilities, efficiency. Sir, thank you so much, sir, for your valuable advice, sharing your valuable time, and also spending some time with our alumni. Please give a rousing of applause. Thank you so much, sir.
that was wonderful. It was quite impactful. We are honored to have you here today. Thank you so much. With utmost respect and admiration, I would like to introduce Srimati Mahapar Algar. Her education qualities include BA Honours and MA Bangalore University, first class and university rank holder, certificate holder in French and German. She holds a diploma in international banking and finance. She is a senior member of Board of Governors of Institute of Public Enterprise. She joined the State Bank of India as provincial officer in 1972 through a countrywide recruitment examination and superannuated as a chief general manager. She handles many assignments such as Chief General Manager, Strategic Training Unit, Hyderabad, and Chief General Manager, Learning and Development Corporate Center, Hyderabad. She was responsible for the learning and development function of this SDI. She was also overseeing about 50 learning centers and 4 ethics institutes across the country to impact training to its 2 lakh staff members. Before joining SBI Hyderabad, Mahabara Ali was head of SBI in Karnataka, assumes complete administrative and business responsibility for performance of all branches of SBI in Karnataka state. SBI incidentally was the largest market share amongst all banks in Karnataka. Her other activities include president of an educational society imparting education to 3,000 unprivileged girl students living below the poverty line, running 3 schools and 1 college in Hyderabad, also associated with several cultural and social organizations. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I'm honored to introduce you now. We extend a gracious invitation to our esteemed Board of Governors, Srimati Mahapara Algar.
Mr. Bhagat, the president. Sriram, Mr. Muzammil, Mr. Srinivas Murthy, the director, all of you, the alumni of this institution. Firstly, I did not know that I was going to speak today, so you have to pardon me for just sharing my thoughts with you impromptu. Well, this institution, as you have just heard, is 28 years old. I have been with them in the last few years. In fact, this campus was already kind of developed when I joined the board of IPE. And as we saw the development happening, all of us began to take pride in what was happening. It's a world-class infrastructure we see out here. It's really unparalleled. And those who come to this place, each and everyone who comes to the campus, gets surprised and gets very, very impressed. So as I have begun to take pride in IPE, I'm sure all of you, the alumni of IPE, take greater pride in this institution because alumni of an organization, of an institution, have a vested interest in that institution. Of course, we have not had very many meetings of the alumni. In fact, I think Mr. Muzammil Baba has started developing the database also not so long ago. But, I think in any organization, alumni has a very vital role to play. So I do have a few expectations from you alumni, other than the checkbooks which Mr. Jayesh spoke about, the donations and all of that. I am looking at you giving of yourself. Now you're young people. Young people bring energy. And I am looking at you as a member of the board to bring that energy in bigger measure to this organization. Energy can come in many ways. For example, you can help us to develop the very database. If we've been 28 years in existence, and if we are taking, at least in recent years, 540, that should make up for a very, very large database. And I'm sure in today's digital world, it's very easy to get your colleagues and your friends together and have a very active alumni community. So when you create the database, automatically you start thinking of what the alumni can do. It can be fun events, it can be help events, it can be anything. So in this institution, we have developed the infrastructure. We have 56 very capable faculty. They are all PhD. There are very few organizations which have so many PhDs, other than the IIMs and others, of course, the top of a lot. But even in our peers, we have very few with so many PhD faculty. So we have that. We have the ranking. We are now ranked amongst the top in the country in the NIRF and SAQ. We are going forward and forward in the rankings. So we are getting there in terms of the structure. We have the rankings, we have the infrastructure, we have the numbers, and now we are looking at what goes within. And when we look at what goes within, as I told you, the youth bring energy and dynamism. So from the alumni, we are looking at that energy and dynamism. Perhaps you can even join hands with the present community, student community, to develop such energy and dynamism. Today's theme is taking IPE to the next level. And I think you would have understood what that means because we have been talking about it. Now, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan said that when Telangana was formed, in 9 years we have achieved tremendous growth. tremendous growth in every way. They have looked at, as I see it as a citizen of Telangana, I see very significant achievements in three or four very important areas. For example, when the state was formed, there was not enough electricity. We had so much power cut. There was not enough water. And I think the state now has surplus electricity. They have started reviving the lakes, etc. And they have brought a lot of industry to the state. Now, similarly, I would like you alumni to look at IPE. We have to prove everyone wrong. We have to take it to the next level. We have to show that we are there and we are at the top. And alumni are a very important part of this process. Now, our faculty here have also been working at placements, for example. We have more than 100 companies coming to the campus to recruit. More than 100. And there are some who come back year after year. Every time the tribe increases. But we do not really know how much more the alumni can contribute in getting better placements for our current students. I think that is one area where you can really, really help us. Not only in better placements, but when we look at our student intake, we are an institution which has the second highest intake of students in the city. After ICFI, I think we are the ones who have 540 students coming in every year. So we want that activity also to become a lot more vibrant and to have a lot more content, a lot more activity around it. And the third thing, as I look at ITE, is campus life. Maybe some of you can help us to make a very dynamic and active campus in ITE in this place. We know that institutions such as, for example, the JNU, every student who comes out of JNU talks of campus life in JNU. Every student who has passed out of it begins taking pride and saying, when I went to JNU, I was something, but today I'm something else. We have such a wonderful campus life out there, so energetic. It's full of energy, it's full of events, it's active, and it reverberates. They take pride. I've met people who after 30 years say, I am from JNU. And I think that's what we look at in ITE. We look to you to bring that pride to whoever has passed through these portals, whoever is currently within ITE and those who have gone out of ITE. We look to you to enhance and increase that pride. And that can happen only through the coming together of the alumni, the faculty, the board, the students, current students, all of that. And that is an expectation from all of you. If we have the next alumni meeting, or for example, if we alumni decide that we will celebrate 30 years of ITE existence, or if we decide that we are going to celebrate whatever, something else, I personally would like to see this all overflowing. I would like to see you people giving a challenge to the management and saying, 2,000 people have registered and we do not know, we do not have place here. So either we divide the community or we look at some other place to hold the event. There are institutions where such things happen. And I think that can happen with your collaboration, with your support, and with your help. So when we take IPE to the next level, which is today's theme, I think that is exactly what I'm looking at from the alumni. And we look at you for bringing energy, we look at you for bringing ideas. We want ideas from you. We want activity from you. And we want support from you. We have all the wherewithal, but we are looking at content today. So please do help us in creating that pride, in creating that energy around IPG, and helping us to make it far more than what it is today. So thank you, and I look forward to more such events and a lot of interaction with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was quite an impactful conversation we had with you. You really reminded us that we should take pride in wherever we come from. We need to embrace our lives as well as others who are living with us. We need to enjoy the creativity we have, the talent we hold. We need to embrace not only our career but also walk along with others. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Before I invite Professor N.S. Sriram Garu, it's my privilege to introduce him. Professor N.S. Sriram Garu is a fellow Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, 1992. Fellowship dissertation was on building a bankruptcy prediction model for rural cooperatives using the accounting data of village level cooperatives. Postgraduate diploma in rural management from Institute of Rural Management, Anand, 1982-1984. His work experience is currently visiting faculty and chairperson, Center for Public Policy. His teaching interests include rural banking and financial inclusion, business unusual for PDP, public policy and analysis, business, government and society, social entrepreneurship, innovating social change. In 1st April 2000 to 2005, Associate Professor, Center for Management in Agriculture, Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. In 2005 to 2009, he was a professor for Center for Management in Agriculture, Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. 1st April 2009 to 31st March 2010, he was the ICICI Bank Lalitha Ji Joseph Professor in Microfinance and Chairperson Finance and Accounting area, Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, 2010 to 2012, Independent Consultant and Adjunct Professor, IIM Ahmedabad, and Adjunct Professor, IIM Indore. In 2010 to 2022, he is Distinguished Fellow, Institute of Development and Research in Banking Technology, Hyderabad. Now I request Professor N.S. Sriram Garu. It's my privilege to address him with his, now I request him to address the gathering with his profound insight.
Thank you very much. I think Jay Ranjan was more fortunate. He introduced himself. We did a much more great job. So as you can see, there's a lot of ups and downs in my career. Nothing really, and there have been multiple parallel careers. Um, but that's how an academic life is. Okay. Madhura Garu, thanks a lot for inviting me to join the board and getting me here to IP and getting to interact with all these young people who are graduates of the institute. Murthy Garu, thank you very much for organizing this. It's been wonderful. One thing I realized after joining the board is that the board is very involved. I've seen Natali Garu regularly interact and take interest in Mahajan, Chantasana, Mohandas Pai, Jay Garu. Whole range of these people are invested in this institute. Usually, board meetings are where you go sit, have a little bit of coffee, and go back. But that's not the case with this board. I mean, at least I've seen that. Second is, I'd like to compliment Mr. Madhara Garu and also complain a little bit. He looks very calm, cool, but he's in his own way a very hard taskmaster. As soon as I joined the board, he said, "You come and spend 2 days in IPE, talk to students, talk to faculty." And then I said, "Okay," I did that. And when I went back, he said, "Now give me a report and what do you think about it?" So, and he's been constantly at it. And in the last few weeks, I think there have been multiple interactions of the board members with faculty on looking at the strategy for the institute. So obviously a lot is happening here, a lot of thought is going into how the institute can move ahead and go to the next level as Mark earlier told. What I'll do is I'll look at a couple of things on broadly what could be the role of alumni, apart from the checkbook that Jason and Garu mentioned. I think he was also a little liberal with London. London had promised that he paid him 15 crores there, and then I added 5 more crores to that amount. But that's good. I mean, if you can get a little more, why not? So he's talking in favor of the institution. So that's absolutely fine. And 5 crores doesn't matter much to London also. So I hope we'll top it up by another 5 crores. But the issue is, it's not money. Money is important, but I guess it's possible for us to raise money, for institutions to generate enough money. If you have the right objective, right intent, right mechanisms, money will naturally flow for the purpose that you want to achieve. One of the, there is, amongst alumni, since I am an alumni of 2 institutions, Institute of Rural Management, IRMA and IMD, and I've also taught in all the 3 institutions, IMD, IMA and IRMA as well. I've sort of seen alumni as an alumni, and I've seen alumni as a prof in the institute, interacting with old students and people who have passed out. And I've found that there are three generations of alumni, if I were to sort of break it up. The ones who passed out immediately, say for the first 5 to 6 years, are doing very well in their career and have this attitude that we are what we are in spite of it. The institute did not give us anything. We came because of our merit. The institute handled some classes. We went out, but we are great. Our faculty was okay, but I don't think the institute actually gave anything practical for us. So that's one early stage alumni. Then the second stage alumni say, "Oh well, I think we should have paid a little more attention when we were students. And I think this course was useful, but I wish I'd paid a little more attention." And we have a lot of alumni coming back and telling us that this is what it is. There's a reason why there is a difference and sort of talk about it. And then there are people like me who are old, near retirement alumni who have achieved some sort of a nirvana in life and look at everything in a dispassionate manner. That's the stage in which Nandan is, and therefore for him, the pettiness of his student days is completely forgotten. The aspiration of his early days and struggle of his early days is completely forgotten. He's arrived in and can see the institute and can see the younger people for what they are worth and what this institution is creating out of young aspiring minds, and therefore willing to reinvest a lot of the energy back. So these are the 3 broad alumni, and I hope this is largely represented by alumni who possibly think that there is a lot of worth in what we got out of IPE. Obviously, that's why you have registered and come back. If you thought that there was nothing in IPE, you wouldn't have come back. So, welcome back to the institute. It's good to see you. I'm told that around 300 people registered. A few of them, a smaller portion of you have turned up. But I was telling Dr. Murthy that 300 people registering itself is a big good news because they're connected. Even if they're unable to come, they have at least the intent to come. So that's the most important. Now, what does an alumni do? And Maharaj Garu sort of mentioned the JNU example where they say that they're all proud of being JNU. In fact, that's what all the alumni associations sort of do. They go back and brand you and associate you with a very, very significant brand. And this is a virtuous circle. So therefore, it is important for us to, as alumni, for you to be proud of being IPE graduates. Why should you be proud of being IPE graduate? You are enhancing your own work while you are enhancing the institute, right? If you're doing well, it comes back on the institute, and if you say that you're from a wonderful institute, then it enhances your own brand value. It's a mutually fulfilling prophecy. If you look at how smart institutes manage it, I don't know whether you've seen some of the Harvard Business School cases which are used in pedagogic material. If the protagonist of the case, the CEO of a multinational corporation, happens to be HBS graduate, they put in the bracket HBS class of so and so and so. Even if that graduate has come for a 1 week program or a 3 month program or a 2 year program, doesn't matter. They sort of indicate that there is a HBS stamp on it, right? So the institute also takes pride in people who have passed through the portals of the institute, and the graduates also take pride in what they. So therefore, saying that or being fondly remembering the student days is something that naturally comes to all of us. Obviously you would have seen Jay Ranjan's neatly and nicely and subtly slipped in iron calendar while he was talking. And I'm nicely, neatly, subtly, slipping in Irma, IMG as a graduate of those two places. So this is one thing that we need to do, because these are very important things to bring our institution to progress. Now, Maharali Garu talked about rankings. I'm not particularly a great fan of rankings, though it is important for branding, for recall, for people to aspire and so on. Because rankings are ephemeral. Someday, in fact, I keep joking, when I was in IIM Ahmedabad, it was the number one institute. I moved to IIM Bangalore, it became the number one institute. I keep saying that because I moved, the numbers changed. But that's actually not I mean, that causality is not true. These are excellent people talking to a range of alumni, talking, it's not even done very scientifically. So I think NIRF ranking is done fairly well, but these business student rankings and financial journal rankings are, are, are also somewhat of a brand building exercise. It's okay. I mean, if you're number 3 or number 10 or number 15 or number 25, it doesn't matter. As long as the people who study in institute do take a lot of pride and think that what they got was valuable, right? And for the young graduates who pass out of IIM, one of the things they come back and in your face, because they are all very empowered, so they come back and tell you, sir, we are what we are. In spite of this thing, we did not get anything into the campus. We learned amongst the peer group learning was the greatest experience we had rather than classroom learning. I turn around and tell, who designed the peer group learning tool? Who gave you group assignment? Who asked you to stay in the hostel? Who formed the group learning? I mean, that's a part of the pedagogic process. That we also design in order to learn, for you to learn outside of the classroom, in the basketball court, playing cricket. That's also part of the design. It's nothing goes. Basically, you're optimizing the resources that you have, and you're trying to make the best use of things. So, what I suggest is that go back as alumni, reflect on all the nice experiences that you've got. That has made you from boys to men and girls to women, and put you out there in the big bad world of for most of you, this would be the most terminal degree that you would have had. Some of you might acquire a doctorate later, might do a small course here, might do a small course there, but this is the most significant degree that you would have had before you pass out. So remember that this has been almost a fiction school that has sort of built your personality. Now, what is it that you can do to the institute, and what is it that I, as an alumni of the institute, look back and say, what is it that I can do to the institute? I'm certainly no London University, so I can't give money. But there's a whole lot of things that you can go back and do to the institute. One of the things that alumni constantly come back, and when I was head of the finance department in IMA, I get a lot of these graduates who come and say, sir, I want to give back to the institute. I say, okay, what do you want to give back? They say, I want to come and teach. Coming and teaching as a guest lecturer is one thing. teaching is a specialized job. Please remember, I mean, if you say that I want to come and teach, I would also want to come and run into this one day, as a post-retirement hobby. Teaching is not a hobby, right? Yes, lecture can happen. So, what is it that you bring to the table is something that you need to be, because there is a lot of specialized work that goes into a teacher's work, which is research, which is writing, which is widespread reading, which is assimilating multiple experiences of each one of your individual experiences and putting them together and consolidating it. That's what, I keep hearing, oh, this works on theory, but it doesn't work in practice. Right? Where is theory coming from? Theory is nothing but abstraction of practice. It might not work in that specific instance, but it is a principle that is there. So you need to adapt it to the particular instance. So what is it that we can do? One thing, and I've been talking to Mutigara also about this, is that one way you could get involved in the institute's academic activities, if you have the time, is to actually look at short duration programs. That's where we actually need much more of applied knowledge, experiences of yours, and you'll also be able to give that sort of a time. If I ask you to come and teach a course, only few of you will be able to devote an entire term, saying, with discipline, every Thursday I'll come and take 2 classes and go back. I mean, it's not possible. I mean, it's going to be extremely difficult for people in the business, because you have your own commitment, you have your own business, and this cannot be a side job. It has to be done as passionately as a full-time faculty does. If you want the next generation of your own juniors to be very good citizens, right? So that's one thing. Keep that in mind. There's a lot of things that you can give back to the institute. Why short duration programs? Why? Second is, please collaborate with faculty in developing case material, developing pedagogic material. Please share your experience. The faculty have the expertise and the skills to write it up. You may not have the skills to write it up. You may have a very rich experience, but it has to be put in a frame. And that's something that academicians are trained to do as well. So there's a lot of collaboration that you can do with the institute. And of course, come for placement. I mean, these are all kids who are like you, what you were 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 15 years ago. Please come back. And I've seen this consistently in at least our campuses, that the organizations always send the graduates of the same institute for pre-placement talks and interviews, because there are 2 things. One is vicarious, the thing that you go back, you are connecting back to the institute. Second is, look, because you are from the institute, you will have informal ways of finding out who is a better candidate. Informally go and talk to the faculty. You do work beyond the interview and whatever is there in the panel in self-institute. So please do come back to the campus, and you will get a better fit when you come back to the campus. And the last and the important thing is, please remember that this is a continuous cycle of COCO. You can't say that we have great graduates unless we have great applicants. If you can't have great applicants, you won't have great students. See, in order to attract good faculty, the institute has to be good. If the institute has to be good, it has to have good students. If the institute has to have good students, it has to have good placement. So, when we are talking of reaching to the next level or moving to the next level, it has to you have to hit this cycle and start somewhere. And one of the good ways of starting is to pull the placements up, because that in itself gives I'll give you one example and then stop. There is one of these CAT training institutes, I'll not name the institute, but I used to be a faculty at IRMA at that point in time. And every student, when they're doing the admission interviews, we'd say, why did you apply to this institute? One of the usual questions, right? And they'll say, no. Ex-sir of this particular institute told us that this is a very good institute, it's value for money, and therefore we have done. And I saw that there was a lot of promotion by this CAT training institute being done for the institute. I said, wow, this is great, why are they doing it? And I figured out that many of their students were not hitting IIT. So for them, it was a branding exercise that, look, so many of our graduates have got admission in this, in IRMA. They used to advertise that. as and when they got a better hit rate in the ions, they stopped using their money. Right? It's a very smart play of their own branding. Think about it. Right? Thank you very much. I think I've taken more time than necessary, but it's wonderful to be here. And in fact, Kiran Karnik has written a very nice book. I mean, you might wonder why is an iron prop coming and pontificating about our institute, ultimately a competing institute and so on. Kiran Karnik has written a very interesting book on NASCOM, which is called the competition, the coalition of competitors. We are not competitors. We are a coalition, and that's important for us to understand. How do we make, how do we build a character of an institute which is so unique that there is no competition? Right? That's something that we need to do. I'll give a small example. There's a small eatery in Bangalore called Kaza and very interesting place. So I was interacting with the entrepreneur, and he said, "Sir, no problem. If anybody wants my technology, I'm happy to give it." So I said, "Why don't you open franchise locations? There's a long way to your hotel and so on." He said, "No. I want to do it myself. I don't want to do it. But if anybody wants, I give the technology, no problem. Except the branding, they can use everything that they want. But they won't be able to replicate what I'm doing because I know what goes into it. I can tell you all that it goes into it, but still the replicator cannot be able to get the I mean, we all know that nobody cooks as well as our mother cooks, right? I mean, there are multiple different cooks, but ultimately mothers do the best. Now, when I talked to him about competition, he said something very interesting. He doesn't serve sambar to the people, he serves only chutney. And he said, there's no competition. I said, what do you mean? He said, no, I mean, today you're not going to come to me every day for everything, right? You're not going to have lunch, breakfast, dinner in my place. You come to me when you feel like having my idli and my idli. The day you feel like having sambar, you go to some other hotel where it is serving sambar. If you feel like eating tandoori, you will go to some other location. I'm not serving any tandoori stuff here. So for me, there is no competition because people are coming to me essentially because they want to come. And I'm not in a race with anybody. I want people to come to me because I am serving something very unique. Right? And I don't want them to hang around with me or the entire world to be with me. I won't be able to manage the entire world. I'm happy with those who fascinate me. I think that's a character that we need to develop and identity that we need to develop. That we're not in competition with other institutes. We are a unique, special institute which delivers something special, and we should all work with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that energetic speech, sir. It was truly profound. I absolutely adore the fact that you have also brought up the topics which are absolutely important to us, that how we need to have good experiences even when you are building your career path. Like you have to have a student life which is very collaborative. You need to have experiences as an individual and also how to collaborate with people and have good career path in life. So thank you so much, sir. Now we would like to present a video.
Could you tell me please?
స్టార్ట్ చేయమన్నారు.
We have heard the eminent persons speaking to you. The relationship between the alumni and the institute is like the relationship between a child and a parent. We all have several identities, multiple identities, starting from the village. When friends meet, we say, I'm from so-and-so village. As you go upward, we say, I'm from so-and-so college. And then from so-and-so IIT, IIM, or postgraduate. So, The identity of a person changes from time to time, from occasion to occasion, and context to context. Now, certainly, schooling at various levels is something which made us different from the person working in the fields in a village or a person working in the terminal industry. So that's where our identity is very well studied, made so much difference to us individually. But simultaneously, it has also made a difference to the school. We started in a humble way from the leasehold property of Usman University and grew gradually with a pure footing. The faculty obviously yes, the case. There are the people who made the students come again and again. When the students joined the first year, my favorite pastime is called the ask them, how did you join IT? There are several other business schools, how did you join our school? And when they say that I heard these teachers are very good, that makes a child getting first class, the parents happy. So as management, we see that our faculty has done their best to make you go from this institution for a good placement and a good student. So the alumni connect is something which we realize personally late level. The moment we have focused on that, here we are waiting a gap of 2 months of talking about the particularly IIMs and IITs are known for their alumni. Not so much those who have done MLA, economics, and commerce. But IIM and IIT are the key. And as Madam said, we are in a dog fight with a number of similar institutions in Hyderabad. A number of on India level reputations are kind of institutions have kind of being Hyderabad. When we started as Minister of Public Enterprises, we had no rivals. We were at the top. We are the only institution in public enterprise management, training, MDT, study, projects, you name it, IPOs, the destination. We are, of course, as a ASCII, in terms of public enterprises, personality is one. Now, public enterprise is either dying or in the deathbed. So our identity has to be completely different today than what it was when we started this institution in 1964. And it so happened that after utilization in education, a number of private universities were left. Some are regular private universities, some are big universities. It's good. There is more space for everybody. but they hold a great danger to institutions like IT. Because IT is regulated by more than one regulator, IICT, NB, and all India Institute of University. So many have to certify that we are good boys. Yeah. Private is once they get the license, don't ask me how they got it, who they gave it, and what for they gave it. Don't ask me, I know that, but I won't confide in you. So those universities have a lot of grades. And secondly, it is not freedom, it's a question of values. Because what finally remains is the value an institute has, the value a person has, and the value a thing like a business school has. What are those values? Be a good student, get a good placement, get a good pay package, keep rising in your office, move from one industry to another, become vice president. And I was seeing the resignation of some of you. It is growing up this stage, going up the ladder. This is at a personal level, at the institute level. But we are a part of the society. It is a society that joins all the greatness between us. We are part of the society and we get benefit out of that society. We would wonder. So this is where, if you say the value system, what's the core value that we should be proud of? It is just not contributing back to the institution. It's just not our chest going up saying that some of our students are now presidents, their salary is needing a grow. That's one part of it. But the highest value is the social responsibility. Because we are a part of it. We are made by it. It's as our parents made it. It's a higher level of privacy. So I thought, what is that social responsibility? Just explaining, I will show a small video to say what is the social responsibility.
You there, second desk of Blue Jacket. What is your name?
My name's Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you, one of my lectures, ever again.
I don't understand.
Not ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone? Social order?
To protect the person's personal rights. So that you can rely on the government.
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop it? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learned, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. If you think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business, well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice is through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night at despair, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
మనం మొత్తానికి అందరికి ఒకసారి కూర్చొని అందరం కూర్చొని పంచాయతీ వెళ్దాం.
And that's
ఫ్యాకల్టీ
what
మీరు
it
రాదంటారు.
is so much. You will never forget. If there is one value I would like you to carry from IT, it is this value, caring for the human being. Because it's not for a return that man will help you when you are in trouble. On your own, you have that responsibility. To carry this value wherever you go, and be the messenger of IT that we live for this value. I would stop there and let's have a kind of Q&A. Any of you would like to say something? Come on, speak from here. Come. Do we have a mic going around?
Yes.
Yes. Raise your hand and offer to speak your value.
Mike.
Hi, this is Ramesh. I'm one of the Muslim students. I work for a firm called Websocket, and I also have a startup, in the sense, an NGO on quantum ecosystem, which Grace also is a part of running. We have actually been into the Uspania campus. Some of the teachers in Jagan are only the people who I see here. And I have my classmate Anand here along with me. There are a couple of things which we have done. I don't know what is happening now, but whatever is the video which we have seen, I think we stood up for HR those days. I think the HR was an elected which was promised, but I think for circumstances they wanted to actually move away from HR. We set of students, so when one of our colleagues, I think classmates, Dinisha was actually leading this stuff. And HR is an elective, and I think it still continues to be elective, I think, right? I think so that's something which we did there. A few things which I thought which would be really good, I think we can actually contribute that to ITE. May not be in monetary terms to that extent what has been expected, but I think we can get there. At a later stage, to that experience of London, I think he has not done immediately. So it's in the back end. I think if you get our chances, we can actually do that as well, perhaps. But we do contribute, or we can actually contribute that to the institute as faculty, or say give us opportunity to do some lectures. I think that we can actually do. Now, a few of us are really good in what we are. Say, in example, I happen to be an inventor myself. Say that's one thing I can do Institute of Public Enterprise and see what we can actually do there. Another one which I thought say is important on the name Institute of Public Enterprise. I think if I remember in say when we were doing Sanskriti, the first episode, right? I think that we have actually invited late Yashasvi Garu as our chief guest. So he had a suggestion to the group, entire board and the members there. So you should actually call yourself IT School of Business. I think that's the message which I was actually trying to recollect. You were actually mentioning the relevance of public enterprise or public enterprise in the country now, as they are actually fading away. I think might be we want to relook at that particular name what Yashasvi Garu was actually mentioning. Again, he was a competitor to us, so he was actually running Hikka School of Business and he was a chief guest there. So these are a couple of things which I thought I want to actually share with the group. Thank you. Yeah.
The management is seriously thinking about the new incarnation that it should take up. Very shortly, we'll be taking a decision about how we identify ourselves, not so much public enterprises only, but as a business. Thank you. We are ready.
Hello, sir. I would like to address some of this question. Good evening, everyone. My name is Karthik. I'm from 2006 batch. So I got placed with the company based out of Hyderabad, and I worked for 12 years with the company, and last 4 years I've been into trading. Right now I'm with a Singapore-based company, I'm trading and risk manager. So I'll just take some time if it's okay. So just to start with the context of alumni and connectivity. So 4 years back, we had our 2019 February. So at that point, just before the alumni meet, I actually visited my school. I'm staying nearby my school itself. So even it's been more than 20 years, I just went there. But I did not recognize anything because buildings have changed, the faculty has changed, everything. The same thing has happened with our engineering. Yeah, we don't visit there because it's too far and not much connectivity comes from the alumni well there. And the same thing I spoke to Dr. Musan earlier also. The last 10 years, the batches from the last 10 years recognize and have more connectivity or more personal touch to the current campus. So I think that is one issue, and the other thing was even in 2018-19 we had lot of registrations and we had the alumni cell activities, and suddenly they all stopped. Like the communication, it has to be two-way. So obviously from the alumni there is no communication, even from the college. We have seen that not many mails or not many activities have happened. So I think that is where I think we could improve the relationship, because it is a give and take which needs to happen. It's not only the college which has to approach, it's also the alumni who has to keep giving back or keep getting back to the college and keep connecting with the college in terms of what is happening, getting to know, like as you mentioned, coming as guest lecturers and all those things. And some of my friends are here as visitors, because Asmat is a lecturer here. And so that's basically on the alumni part and the connectivity part which I wanted to talk. And I prepared some pointers which might be useful for the recent batches who have passed out and also the students. So just I might take some 4 minutes. So I am touching base on the career planning which the current batch of students will be doing, and also in terms of how the experienced people as well as the recent graduates will be going through in the next couple of years or even in the future. Basically, what I see is the hindrance. I'm basically touching upon the hindrance as well. What is hindering us to actually connect back to the college? Because everyone is chasing money and reputation. So obviously, there are a lot of priorities in life wherein our alma mater takes the back step. We are always chasing money, we are always tied up in our own life. So the thought of doing anything for the alma mater always takes the least priority. So that's what I believe that the things which we are worrying about, the things we are taking too much time, too much thought. Basically, it's like one needs to understand that what we cannot control, we should not be thinking about it, and what we can control, we can always do it anytime. So we have to prioritize, and we'll have to prioritize. Sorry, it's not you. We have to prioritize. So the expectations which we are building upon us and upon on the society. So we are always expecting that the society has to give something to us, the college has to give something to us. I think these are the main reasons for all our sorrows, and the one thing which we should be seeing is we are actually competing with ourselves. We are not competing with anyone. So we should always strive to become the best version of ourselves. Okay, so how can we compete? When can we compete to our best degree? When we take time for some unwinding. So that is where the social interactions, the all these things come into picture. And in fact, this phenomena basically is called hypochondria, wherein we are worrying too much about health as well as worrying too much about many things. And hypochondria has been a major factor in the last few years. Ever since COVID attack has come, we see that people are too much worried about their personal life, their health, that everything else has taken a backseat. So I think that is one of the reasons for us where we are worried.
But as human beings, what I believe is we are always we have an inbuilt quality in us to be good. But only thing is that goodness comes out very rarely. So we are actually curb this habit in a way to achieve all these worldly gains. So what we forget is the main reason for our happiness is life in life is the good that we do, be it to the society, be it to our fellow colleagues, the students, or the college. So what we need to learn a lot from nature, like say if you see rivers give us water, and trees and plants give us fruit, then sun gives us light and heat. But they do all these things, but expect nothing in return. So that's what life is all about. We do it. We should be doing it as our duty because it gives us pleasure. If we do something good, it gives us pleasure. But not expect anything in return. The expectation part is the part where things get very sticky. So what I believe myself is like doing something good for others is a source of contentment for me without expecting anything in return. So this could mean anything, like it's not only related to money, it could be food, it could be giving a good advice, it could be to your neighbors, anyone. Showing a path, showing a future path for your future leaders, to your colleagues, teaching, or even a smile. Because there is rarely a thing which has observed at the professional level, at the corporate level. We always have a brand. We don't smile. It's only the close circle which we have where we enjoy. So because we always believe he'll be taking my spot, I'll not be able to overtake him in my career ladder. But you are actually competing with yourself. So he is not a competition. He is only an obstacle in your path. But if you are doing your best, you will always be a leader in your organization and in your field wherever you go. So the expectations which we are having is leading to all these what I say is complex thinking, complex thought process. So compassion and affection is what I believe will be the key to success, whatever field we are in, and they will return us to the best form. So these are my observations from what I've been able to I've been able to jot down in my career, and also I have this habit of making a journal because I'm a trader by profession. So I have a journal wherein I jot down daily what I'm doing, why I'm doing, where I'm going wrong. So obviously, and before that I've been a consultant for 12 years. So it's like you jot down so many things and identify where we are doing the mistakes and how we can rectify it. So we'll be able to come out with a solution as to what ways in which we can contribute to the society as well as our fellow students. Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me. Boss.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. This is Vasudev, 2012 batch, and I'm working with
Your name would be noticed.
Vasudev, sir. 2012 batch, and working as chief manager in Infobank. So, like, I would like to just point out the three things actually. Like, first thing is like for alumni, what I mean to say is like we were graduated in Usmania campus actually. So no matter how good this hall, it would not match what we had in our Usmania campus. So what I'm trying to say is, I get the management's point. Actually, like you want to look at how good the infrastructure is. But for the alumni, it's more of emotional connect to the particular place where we have studied. So it would be more beneficial, at least for the people who studied over there. If you can conduct the alumni meet over there in Usmania campus, it will be like it would have, so much of emotions rather than just like a infrastructure. Well, it's a good infrastructure, I get it. So, but it won't be a very good to me. Probably the person who is going to join IB, it is a good thing to see at infrastructure. But the people who are already passed out of IB, I don't think infrastructure is not any concern for us. So that is the first thing. The second thing what I want to point out is like I don't know how the curriculum is right now, and it would be better if you can take any alumni inputs in designing curriculum. Like there will always be gap between the what we teach and what there is in industry expectations and what are actually going on industry. But I have never seen any mail from IPE seeking like what is that you want to change, like what is it, this is the curriculum we are having, what is that you want to add, that what is your inputs of a curriculum that. So it would be better. Actually, there are so many people who are in a higher class who are going to when we had a 28 years of courses of PGDM, like we had a people at every level. Like IPA alumni had their alumni at every level of India organization. So it would be much beneficial to the people who are studying over there, what their expectations. If you know what their expectations are, it would be better to teachers and design a curriculum to meet the industry expectations. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Pradeep. I'm part of 2006 batch. I did HR for an IT company in Hyderabad. So, yeah, it's an IT, it's a US based firm. I just, this is a question, sir, I'm not doing a solution. Is that in the new academic courses, do we have AI or related courses included as part of our curriculum? But the reason why I'm asking this question is because now we are using more of these AI tools slowly in all the branches, like even in HR we use them. Let's say chatbots, right? Or for all the analysis reason, and also chatbot we use for multiple reasons. I don't design any policy by myself. I just type the policy and everything comes from chat. So utilization of all these AI tools, I hope we are reaching out with the folks of using the tools, point one, and what next is the future of the professions that we are in. Let's say HR. Now, so many tools are coming up. Do I really need a HR team that's so big? Right? So the next question is, what is next important profession in HR? Is what according to me is we need more of employee counseling. Someone who is more of an understanding of employee psychology, mental wellness, everything. Related courses. Are we also thinking in that line? So it's my question. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and also it's a wonderful session. I thank all the organizers for it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Raghu. I am from the 2011 to 13 batch. I think before anything, our batch, I think it was really fun. Being a student of IPE, and we had real fun, and studies is initially there, but at the same time, we had good time here. Thanks for that. Apart from that, one small request is. See, while we may not necessarily know the formal channels to approach IPE for any placement opportunities that we might have, right? So, I am part of HR team for Wells Fargo. I just think I have one of my colleagues here. Okay, so there were instances where I had opportunities where I tried to reach out, but at some point, the response was not. It was not so responsive that I felt, okay, let's leave it here, right? So maybe, create some kind of a formal channel for the alumni to reach out and at the same time get the same kind of feedback. If you're not really looking out for opportunity at that point in time, it's okay. But at least the feedback is something you should expect it. So I think that kind of a formal channel would help a lot. Okay, and one more thing is, I was part of Oracle earlier. I see a lot of 2006, students, faster students are here. One of my colleagues, ex-colleagues from Oracle, she was part of HR. Usha Bellepalli, if anyone of you know, she had passed away last year of a heart attack. So I just thought I'd, let people know if there's anyone who knows her. Yeah. 2007? Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think that was the input that I had. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening. This is Jaymar from batch of 2001. Couple of suggestions. One, we should quickly move to digital. Whenever we do Alumni Meet, we should allow the audience who are not able to join in person in Hyderabad. There are people who are spread across multiple locations. It really helps us to connect college back. So we should, while we conduct the event offline, we should have an online version as well. That's one part. Second, it's also important to help us to connect with the professors. We have very fond memories with the professors. We look forward to meeting them again and learn from them. So apart from connecting to the college, we would also like to connect with the professors who taught us at that point in time. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. So I'm free from 21 back. So there was some suggestion that I'd like to put in front. While I echo majority of the alumni here spoke on the communication part, there is one thing that I think that we are lacking around. So as an institute, we are already doing a lot. Like for say Haritaharam, for say we are doing the blood donation, for say we are doing the box of happiness thing. There was a lot that happened while our batch was at the institute over here. So it would be great if we as an institute publish the same to the alumni, because we all know that this is the only platform which people get out after the education, to relive their education life or their student life. That would be really great if we take initiatives of such like we already implementing in college. Let's take it to a wider group. That if it goes to any of alumni or so, they reach out to the campus. It can be a sort of connect that we do with the faculty. Then at the same time, you guys can take the feedback from them as well. So I think this would actually save a larger purpose, though the activity might be a smaller one, but this is one thing that I like to suggest in mind.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gayatri. I guess we are from one of the oldest batches out here, 2001 pass outs. And it's good to see some of the familiar faces amongst the profs who taught us. We take great pride in being from IT. I think that's the same thing we would love to see from everyone out there. And I think one of the things which makes all the difference is how vibrant the institute is. But institute is nothing but the students out here. So you want the institute to be good, to be known, you need to make that effort as the individual student out here, because it's not for somebody else to come and tell you what you can do, but how do you make yourself better and better known in the industry. There was a time when you had an opportunity to ask questions. I was surprised that the entire hall went silent. That's an opportunity for you to interact with a lot of people out here, express, share. Don't miss out on that opportunity, right? All the very best to each one of you out here. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening to all of you all on the stage. And I'm Mansa, and I'm from the 2008-10 batch. And I just want to second what Gayatri just said. I take extreme pride being a part of this institution, of this esteemed institution. And I think this is the only college I applied back then after I retired, because I think there was a lot, I heard a lot from people, like my grandfathers and all, that this is such an amazing organization, institution, I'm sorry, it's a corporate thing, not organization, institution. So I would just want to thank everybody out there back then in those 2 years who helped me, kind of groom myself. And I belong to that batch where I think there's a lot of agitations going on in Hyderabad, Osmania University. We used to travel to other campuses for placements and all. So it was a very tough time for us to really, be a part of that batch. But again, like I said, it's amazing to see how the institute has really progressed. People talking about it. I keep meeting people, in my current organization. I'm from Deloitte, so
everybody actually takes that smile on their face and that pride to say, I'm from Institute of Public Enterprise, are you also there from there? And I think one thing what I remember of is, I don't know, for some reason people out there used to confuse IIPM with IPE, and I used to get so angry about it. And I think I used to correct them all the while saying IIPM is so different, don't even compare it with IPE. So, ma'am, what you were saying about taking pride, I think the first thing I want to do from Monday is this beautiful bottle has the IPE thing. I'm going to put it on my table at my office, tell people I'm from IPE. Thank you everyone. Great to be here. Hope you all have a good day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm from the same batch because we can pass out my TV. So I'm currently working in investment bank, microfinance policy and product. So I have three connections with IT now. One is basically now as an institution of study here in the personal connection and grown in my career. The second part is I met my wife in IP. As a professional connection, I came to know after coming here, seeing Sriram sir sitting there. So, sir, I'm from Srinivas Bowling Stream. So, we have a really good interactions here. We still your earlier legacy and all that. So, thank you so much for the opportunity. I have one suggestion. So we used to think about it when we were in college. So everybody, in fact, I think current facts can correlate with what I'm trying to say. So everybody talks about practical experience. If we can arrange a class, alumni class, to give the insights of the industry. For example, I have been in the microfinance industry for the last 13 years. Somebody is there in the HR industry. So we'll take some 15. I mean, whatever time, 1 hour class and explain about this industry is going this way, or the banking industry is going this way. So we should have this kind of practical experience class from alumni. You don't have to call industry experts and all that. They give a overall perspective, holistic view, the market and all that. But from our side, we give what the gap between the textbook and what is happening in the industry. This I have to say. Thank you.
Hello, this is Bala from batch 99 2001. I got confused when we had to fill up the forms indicating which batch we were from. So, kudos to Dr. Baba and his team for putting together this amazing event. I've been interacting with some of the faculty and the students for a while now, and a few weeks back when I was talking on a particular topic, Dr. Baba and Professor Srinivas Murthy asked me a question in terms of what do you recall in how IT contributed to your life. The one thing that immediately struck me is that I got 57 friends for life. That's what had happened. And I can say that some of them are here, but a lot of them are 15 of them are here. Very good. Not just my batch, we made friends for life with the junior batch and also our senior batch, and we have some really good friends from our super senior batches also. So thank you once again, Professor Mukti, Dr. Baba, and everyone who is working behind the scenes. Job well done.
Hello everyone, and a very good evening to the esteemed panel there. I am Shweta from the 2016-18 batch. Hi to everyone, if there's anybody from my batch. So I'm always a proud alumni of IP, always say myself as an IPN. Anytime anybody comes into my organization from IP as a fresher, so it gives me immense pride that we are building an organization there from this institute.
So the institute has given me a lot of exposure, and what I am today is all about what I've learned in this institute. So thank you, and for all these efforts that all of you have made to bring us all together here. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. Hi to all the alumni. So I don't want all of you to have a catch, so I'm kind of coming here in the center. My name is Sriram. I'm from 2017-19 batch. There's anybody? Hi. Oh, thank you. Hello, everybody. As everybody before me was spoken, I also take the same pride of being an IPN. Can we all make some noise for IP? Thank you. And this is me. That was my place, always on the stage. So I've learned a lot. IP has done a lot to me. First of all, I have management graduation from IP. First thing. Second thing, I have developed myself as a person. I've learned a lot of skills, learned a lot of managerial skills, learned to nurture people, nurture my team. There are a lot of things that I've learned. I have, with great fortune, I have had an opportunity to have been a part of a lot of research activities that we have undertaken in IP. I would want to thank you, and I believe this is the first step towards connecting to alumni, and I would want to connect more and more. This is the first step. Thank you, everybody.
Distinguished dignitaries, good evening to you. My dear fellow IPNs, it's a pleasure to be out here. My name is Anand Rangraj. I'm a part of the very first full-time batch of IT, 1995-97. Ramesh and I are batchmates. Very happy to be here. Very happy to see a couple of my professors, Dr. Krishnan Rao Vero and Dr. Srinivas Murthy over here. I've had two different careers. I spent about close to 20 years in the corporate world in senior leadership roles. Before the universe had a different plan for me, and I moved into the space of health and healing. So I'm a psychologist that's into the space of clinical psychology, and I'm also into different forms of mental health therapeutic modalities and all of that. There's something that I want to share out here. Though 20 to 40% of the clientele that I manage are people that have neurotic or psychotic disorders as in patients. About 60 to 70% of people that I manage or I handle or I feed are essentially people or professionals from different walks of life, and a lot of them from the corporate world. So why in the business schools, including the IM, I also did an executive management program there at IIT, where we teach, and our focus is more on enhancing the domain competence and the functional skills and all of that. One critical area that I see across levels of the organization, right from the entry level to senior leadership levels, is there challenges of mental health. And typically there are challenges of mental health. And increasingly research is proving that it leads into a lot of psychological disorders, also leading to psychosomatic or physiological disorders too. So there's something that we could incorporate right in the management schools that would help people in managing mental health. Because today, when you're talking about holistic health, it's no longer confined to physical health alone. Mental health plays a majority of, it plays a big role in ensuring that physical health is also maintained. The fourth thing is something that we do is also building the awareness, and as one of my colleagues actually pointed out, stress, anxiety, depression are turning out to be very common conditions with professionals all across. So that is what I have to share. If we could think on those lines and enhance the competence of emotional and mental well-being of individuals, which will ultimately contribute to their productivity for themselves as well as for the organization. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Srihan Srikar, Good evening, all to the dignitaries present on the dais.
Louder.
Okay. I'm Srihan Srikar, passed from 22 batch. I would like to first thank the institution of public entrepreneur because it has fulfilled my dream of doing the post-graduation. Here, by the time I entered this institution, I was having 2.5 to 3 years of professional experience. After entering this organization, I got to know much more how to deal with the higher ups and what exactly knowledge is meant. As my post seniors are saying, our lecturers present here are very knowledgeable. Apart from the classes, we everyone should need to have a personal connect with them. So in turn, they are always very willing to give knowledge to whoever they have personally connected with. I feel it's a great opportunity and it's a very mixed emotions and mixed feeling for me to attend here. Thank you to everyone and the organization. I cannot still forget my first class date which I have attended, which was on my admission happened on 4th December of 2020, and I have attended the classes from the 1 week after onwards. Thank you for everyone and all.
Good afternoon, dignitaries. My name is Karnakar. I am from 2019-2021 batch. I am working in EY as an audit associate. It's been almost 2 years, and I want to, my suggestion from my point of view, can you include also ACC and CP and other professional courses as a curriculum, because these are the industry people are expecting. They are expecting because we every year it's going to be updated and we it's like the industry people, and we can also whatever we are learning from the APs and CPA, we are practically doing it on the financial statements and all those. So you can also include the curriculum, so that may be benefit for the upcoming batches. So and I'm also ready to get my friends who are already qualified to for the lectures. So I can also do my part in upcoming days. And also I am proud to say IPM, IPM have taught a lot of things participating in the cultural activities and all those things I've learned building the networking and all those things I want to say, and if you can also include Power BI and Alteryx, AI and all this, because these are the industry people are expecting, because those are they are utilizing in the current scenario. So that's what I can say.
Hi everyone, very good evening and happy to see you all. First of all, thank you so much the management team for organizing this. It's a privilege to be here. I'm Vidya Bandaru from 2021 from PGDM HRM batch. I currently work in Tech Mahindra as a business HR. So not many things, but it's always a good memories that we share here. A lot of faculties, a lot of friends who are here, and happy to see all the previous old batches as well here. Only thing I think I personally thought could be added would be there are a lot of instances where the behavior is a major thing these days, because we get to know a lot of freshers who come here, who join here, and also when they get into the organization, they don't know what they have to do, in which field they want to do, what are their life skills, and they do not know. So I think there has to be some self-awareness kind of programs which could help students know their ability, their strengths, their areas. Yes, of course, they do come here understanding their strengths, but when they get into it, they do not actually understand when they go into the organization. This is what I have seen from past 2 years in Tech Mahindra. So I just thought of sharing this, and I think we also all can have a focused, groups and WhatsApp groups so that we all can stay connected and help each other together. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yes. Hello everyone, I'm Zain here. So I just want to say I was an introvert, and I guess you guys can't see that I'm an introvert now. So this college just showed me steps, like maybe go into different fields of criteria, like dancing, and go into singing criteria. The other courses and going to media, going to cultural events. So this has brought me forward in coming up and stepping forward now. As you been scared to talk a bit, and I would like to thank this special team to our management, others, our Baba sir and team, because he has personally messaged me. I guess no other sir actually messaged that and said, will you be coming and attending this meet? I'd like to give a hats off to you for that. And actually, I was not supposed to come here today. And this call made me take an half a day off. And I understood his heart, like he wanted me to come here and what happened. I would say this is a big step for everyone to come here and make this be even a bit more better. Thank you, everyone.
Hello. Good evening to respected dignitaries on the dais and my fellow IPNs. Hi, very hi. And my name is Sai Chandra Reddy, just like a surname. Marif Ali is my surname. When I take the name of IT, I feel the same pride as my surname wherever I stand or wherever I make my footsteps. So I am currently working as an HR in Deloitte. So before I mention about the other experience which I have gone through in IT, I would like to mention this that half of my team or more than half of my team where I work is filled with all ITs. Yes, they may be of different, background of different years, but we all share the bond of IPS in a corporate as well. It doesn't feel like it's a corporate for me, it's like an extended college where I can interact with my seniors there also. So this is one thing I wanted to share. And I do not have any suggestions at the moment, but I would like to take this as a matter of pride to share my experience. Thank you all.
Thank you that so many of you have offered to respond to our request to have and for the sake of you have ventured to stand up and speak frankly and from the bottom of your heart. Right now, we will be closing for this event, and we will be having a repeat of this every year and make up for the delay in starting this process every year. Some of the people have suggested that the best time to hold the meeting is December. Now, what would be your take on that? Is December the right time? This is said in the context of holidays being more in December, particularly to those who are working outside the country. So hopefully that we'll have the next alumni meeting in December 24. So you can book your date from now onwards, but do a repeat and join us for the next alumni. And get your friends and your spouses. I found that this one family, two families have come here, and we were so happy that one of them met in IT, and we produced one marriage, so we can be proud of that. I'm sure there's some more, and I must tell you that the gender ratio in IT is something which that very big crowd. It's out of 5 parties, almost 40, 60, 45, 55. It's never less than that. I don't know how many other schools have this record, but the IP, the gender ratio is excellent. And it's pleasure to see so many girls here along with the boys. And our wardens have taken care of you and you are in the hostel. And I presume we have many complaints, but we try to make it as comfortable as possible. We now
Now I would like to invite Baba sir to give a vote of thanks.
So I would like to start by Urdu couplet. हर गली अच्छी लगी, हर एक घर अच्छा लगा, वो आए अपने आईटी में, सारा आईटी अच्छा लगा. I would like to begin by thanking all our distinguished alumni who came all the way from different parts of the city and country as well. I could see, please forgive me, I will take two selected names, Mr. Balakrishna, who came all the way from Bangalore, then we have Mr. Odi Krishnan, who came all the way from Mumbai to attend this meet. I take this opportunity to thank our chief guest for the day, who, despite being on a busy schedule, he came all the way and he spent some valuable time with us. I also thank President for his unconditional support. Somebody mentioned about the compassion, and we had series of meetings over the last couple of months with all the faculty members. That was evident, the way sir interacts with the faculty, the way he listens to us, the way he tries to guide us. That is amazing. Sir, I would like to dedicate one couplet to all of you, sir, entire board. जो आला ज़र्फ़ होते हैं हमेशा झुक के मिलते हैं, सुराही सर निगू होके बना करती है मेहमान. People who are exceptional, that great personality, they always meet people with humility. And if you talk surahi, that if it has to fill a wider glass, it has to both, it is head down. Then only it can fill the glass. So I could see everything in our board, the way they have guided us, the way they are very serious in taking IT to the next level. I also take this opportunity to thank all the board members, Professor S. M. Sriram Saab, Madam Mahabali, our director, my faculty colleagues, and entire administration staff, press, media, and above all, students who are unsung heroes who are working with me right from day one when we started preparations for this meet. I'm thankful to my media club, thankful to cultural club. I would like to take the name of Ashwat, who has been working with me since day one when I started. Sumant is there, Sandeep is there. Thank you, Prasanna, then Kritika and Ken. Thank you so much. And we hope that, with this I will let you go, that because dinner is served. I will keep on disturbing you, I will keep on chasing you, I will keep on messaging you, and you have to come and you have to take us to the next level. Because I feel you are the brand ambassador. When a student comes, there will be a transition. He is a student, then he becomes alumni and industry. So you have to guide us, you have to tell us how we can take IT ahead. And we are covering this event live. This is being broadcast live on our YouTube channel. We have an alumni portal as well. Those people who are not part of the alumni portal, I request you kindly join that portal. Again, I will be sharing emails with you. And I have list of 230 people who have unsubscribed from the alumni portal. And when I started digging up the reasons why did they unsubscribe the emails from alumni, and I came to know they say we receive too much of emails from IT. So there is a mixture of all the responses that we get. But I'm thankful to everyone. You came all the way from different parts of the city. You made this event a successful one. And again, I would dedicate one couplet because I'm a shy poet. I do write poetry. Again, it's not my couplet. It was I think written by Dr. Sarma Iqbal. गए दिन की तन्हा था मैं अंजुमन में अब यहाँ मेरे राज़दार और भी Gone are the days when I was all alone in the company. Now I have many confidence levels. So I think we all can work together and we can really take action to the next step. Thank you so much. For all of you, what we have done in order to make connections between people very easy and to reach to the people with ease, we have created one separate terminal for alumni relations office. I request so we have a number, you can save this number and I will be calling you from that number every time. And keeping in view the privacy of all, that is the reason we are not coming up with a big WhatsApp group. So we will integrate WhatsApp icon, WhatsApp option in the portal itself so that we can stay in touch with you. So this is the number that you can save and you can directly reach us for any assistance, for any help, for any suggestion that you have.
So let's move for dinner.
ఏదో సార్ బాగుంది సార్ ఉంది ఇంకా నడుస్తుంది